show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on GTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon Spa Nail and Barbershop, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light Bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports.
Discover the latest power tools, top quality building materials, and expert advice all in one place. Whether you're a DIYer or a pro, this expo is for you. Don't miss out. Join us on Saturday, September 14th for CTL's Tool and Builders Expo. It's going to be epic.
From January straight to December, anything on your calendar. CTL Home Center, we've got it.
All right, Shireen, good morning. Thank you so much for accepting this call. I know that you are in travel at the moment, but this is a growing concern, and I know you were a missed voice at the last meeting, the last community meeting there in Virgin Gorda as it relates to what's going on with healthcare. The most recent thing that we would have seen and learned of is a move to have the chairman of the board of directors of the BVI Health Services Authority resign. We saw where the minister would have said that yes, he did softly ask the chairman to resign. It's our information that he did not. What's your take about what's really happening with the BVI Health Services Authority and by extension Virgin Gorda's health services?
Well, Kathy, yes, I have been away. I'm on my way back to the BVI now. I had these travel plans booked for business for over a year, and I literally only found out about the meeting after I had already left the BVI. But I want to say that I'm so proud of the people, not only of Virgin Gorda, but of the entire BVI for standing up. Because I was so thankful that you were able to broadcast it live, and I was able to watch and listen. And, you know, the situation is dire as it relates to the resignation or the asking for the resignation of the chair. For me, I think that the public needs to get more information about this situation. The chair gets $1,000 stipend. The chair is not an employee, a full-time employee of the board. Neither are none of the members or the deputy chair. The deputy chair gets $600. Other members get $500 a month. The public must understand that this is not a full-time job. And we know how things are in the BVI. You cannot survive on $1,000 a month. Yes, persons might say that he took on the role, but in my estimation, from where I stood and from where I now stand, a lot of things are blocked because of political affiliation. They might deny it, but I firmly believe that political affiliation has a lot to do with why this chairman is not able to get what he wants to get done.
I know you would have been in the system for a little bit, not necessarily directly with the Health Services Authority, but being a former legislator, being a legislator back then, you would have had a better understanding of some things that we the layman may not understand. So when you talk about the pressures that that is being put on the chairman to resign, and the political side of it, which you is your opinion that may be causing this, what effect can that have on what you, the people of Virgin Gorda, are trying to achieve? Many are of the opinion, of the feeling that, you know, this this came as a result of the meeting, and we know that there was one person who expressed their displeasure at the facial expression of the chairman while he was there at the head table and all of that. So people are not really, people are in a position where they're trying to figure out what could have caused this. And from what you are feeling and what you know, talk to us.
This problem didn't just start with this chairman. Let's just go back to August 5th, 2023, Kathy, when the generator at the clinic, at the Nurse Iris O'Neill clinic, went on the blink. It became inoperable. We were able to find out, several of us in the community, persons who were patients at the clinic called me and said, listen, what's going on? We're in the clinic, there's no electricity, and the generator isn't coming on. I reached out to all and sundry, the chair, the acting chairman, not the acting chairman, sorry, the acting CEO. I spoke to persons in the clinic. I spoke to persons in Tortola, in BVI facilities, and whoever would listen, tell us what you need for this generator. They would not give us the information. I had persons at BVI telling me I have to find a roundabout way to give you the information without them knowing that I gave it to you, or else I could lose my job. But what nobody bargained for was that Reverend Sproul, Bucky, lost his life as a result of that. I will say that without any fear. Because if that generator was working, it would have kicked in when the power went out during the storm. It would have kicked in when there was the low voltage after the storm. And you wouldn't have had a problem where 22 boards in the air conditioning system were burnt out. So you literally have a domino effect on the whole system of how things are being run. We are being told that the minister is claiming he doesn't know certain things. Then you have a communication problem. There's a communication problem, and I will go a step further. There was a lady in Germany who has several homes in Virgin-Gorda that asked us for the information in the Virgin-Gorda chat, and she would try to get this part out of Germany. I emailed her, I WhatsApped her several times, she would not respond. But I have it from good source. Now I cannot reveal my source because these people are afraid that they lose their jobs. That the minister got the specs for the part, and he will probably deny it, as he always does. If you're the minister and you have this information, God damn it, just give us the information. It ain't about politics, it ain't about party, it's about lives. And that is where the problem comes in. I've had the experience. But at the end of the day, we need to think about the lives of people, the health of people. I've been at the clinic on many an occasion. Many an occasion. From the 9th of December last year, I've spent a lot of time in the Iris O'Neill clinic. And I too had the experience of my child needing to take a tablet and there was no water so that he could take the tablet. And we have good doctors and nurses there. The people that work there are fantastic. They are great. And I will go a step forward and tell you, Amber Wheatley, Dr. Amber Wheatley, who's the minister's daughter, she is excellent and not taking away anything from any of the other doctors. But I've had to deal with her more so. It just happened by coincidence that she was on shift when I needed to be there with my son. And excellent. So for me, I am saying, why do we not have the things that we need at the clinic? There's a toilet in the lobby that has not been operational from December of 2023, the male toilet in the lobby. I don't know if from the time I left the island, it's been repaired. It's the same with the North Sound Clinic, which is open, close. In March of this year, we got a notice that it would be open twice a week. That lasted until June the 14th, I understand. Nobody can give the community in Northsong an explanation. Clinics have closed throughout Tortola because of a result of not paying electrical bills. But the BVI HSA have a problem. One of the problems they have is that if I go to the clinic, and I'm speaking from experience, I go to the clinic and my bill is $6.89. I go to the cashier, oh, I'm so sorry. We cannot take a debit card or a credit card for this small amount. So I say to them, well, what am I going to do? You say you accept cards. Oh, well, we don't take it for that amount. So you have to go to the ATM and come back. So I say, I'm not going and coming back. So I call the accounts department in Tortola, and they allow me to run the card for that money. Maybe because I have a big mouth, they would do it. I don't think they do it for everybody else. I found out recently that anything $2 or under, they wasn't putting on a card. But Kathy, that's wrong. Because at the end of the day, when they close the batch on that credit card machine, if it's $1 million, it's the same percentage that the bank charging them coming out. If it's $100, it's the same percentage coming out. So why are they restricting persons and then they're talking about, I've seen it in the blogs that people are not paying. They're the ones that are not collecting the money. People are willing to pay, but because the amounts are small, and I don't know where they've gotten this thing from in the BVI, that if you come with a debit or a credit card, there's a minimum that you have to pay. Because I've called every bank, and the banks do need to stand up and tell the public and tell their vendors that this is not something that's allowed by the banks and the credit and debit card companies.
Okay, so having listened to what transpired at that community meeting, because you were there right through the live.
Most of it, yes.
Do you see any progress really likely to take place in a short time?
Well, so far, based on my correspondence with persons that were there and those of us that are trying to move the needle along, we're not seeing it. The responses are not there, but guess what? We're not going to give up. And guess what? This thing will not only change healthcare in Virgin Gorda, it will change healthcare throughout the territory because all of the islands are suffering from the same fate. And making one person a fall guy, somebody who is not a full-time employee at the BVI HSA, literally volunteering, I know for certain, and I don't know what the minister has said to Mr. Potter, that this is what he needs to do. What I know is that Mr. Potter has reached out to many of us in the community to talk to who we know to assist in funding the finishing of that Nurse Iris O'Neill clinic on the second floor. We recently found out that there's a leak, so that leak has to be fixed before they can put anything in there. And he, along with Virgin Gorda residents and others, have been pounding the pavement, trying to get funding or to get the equipment. What is stopping a lot of people to Kathy is persons do not want to give their money to the government. So we suggested to Mr. Potter that they give us a list of the equipment that is needed, the manufacturer, etc. Give us all the specs. And then we will reach back out to the persons who are interested in donating. Well, since he's been asked silently, quietly to resign, I don't know if that is something that will happen again.
Okay, Ron would have, based on the information we would have gotten, because we did not get a response from Ron. Basically, the minister asked him to resign, and what we are told is that he declined that request of the minister.
That I have no idea.
But
I would not know.
if he did refuse to, do you agree with him on that position?
Well, I think that at this juncture, I do agree, because what is the reason that the minister is asking him to resign? Is it because of Bucky's death? Or is it because of a systemic problem within the BVI, HSA, systemic or whatever problem there is? What is the reason for him being asked to resign? Because was that going to happen if we didn't have this issue? Kathy, I was at the clinic that night when I got the call from one of Bucky's sisters. I got out of my bed and went to the clinic. And I will tell you, it was not a nice feeling. Down to when they put him in the back of a pickup truck. They had to get a private truck. I believe it was a private truck. The truck was filled with all kind of garbage. They had to take that out to put him in. They don't even have a decent vehicle when you have to transport the dead. And yes, persons, all of us have to die, but we should be treated with the dignity and respect. This was a young man who did everything in the community. He never said no. He never ever refused. And so I don't know what will become of the resignation issue, but I think that we are always asking about transparency and accountability, and we need transparent answers from all and sundry.
Okay. Thank you.
We need the truth.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shireen, for taking time out of your travel. I wish you a safe journey back home. And again, thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you, Kathy. And I like I said, I am always there for the community of the BVI. We will do whatever we have to do to make things as comfortable for everybody in the community throughout the BVI. And Kathy, we thank you too for what you do, because a lot of people would not have known what was going on if you didn't have the courage to broadcast live, you and JTV. And we thank you for that from the bottom of our hearts.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Discover the latest power tools, top quality building materials, and expert advice all in one place. Whether you're a DIYer or a pro, this expo is for you. Don't miss out. Join us on Saturday, September 14th for CTL's Tool and Builders Expo. It's going to be epic.
From January straight to December, anything on your calendar. CTL Home Center, we've got it.